Ask and you shall receive. I saw all the comments in my previous videos saying that you guys wanted the next part sooner, you guys wanted the next part sooner. So I have not only given you the next part sooner, but also made an adjustment to my script. See, this video originally was supposed to be divided into two parts, but what I did was I combined the two parts into making a single episode. That way, this episode goes on longer and we march further into the story, and that means more a much longer content for you guys because I know you guys like that kind of stuff. So here it is. What if Ash was born in the Dragon Clan? Part 3. In the last part, we saw Ash meeting Ethan and they both started their journey to Cherry Grove City. There they met and battled Silver, and thanks to Latias they were saved from Silver's crocodile. After this, Ash not only received an egg, but he also caught an Nidoran, and he trained under the sage in the Sprout Tower, and this allowed him to fight a very close battle against Faulkner and win his first badge in the Johto region. Now we continue the story. After winning the Zephyr badge, Ash healed up in the Pokemon Center, and the next day he was ready to set off for Azalea Town. However, before he could do so, he noticed a lot of commotion in the exit of the city. There he saw a large number of rocket grunts piling up and heading towards the western route. Ash decided that it is best to follow them, as the last time he encountered rocket grunts they were actually poaching Latias. So he followed them to a place which he had never seen before. This was the ruins of Alf. Everything here seemed old and broken. However, there were small tunnels and caves all around the place, and Ash theorized that this must have been the reason why Team Rocket was here. They probably wanted some rare gem or artifact, or who knows, even a Pokemon inside the caves. Ash started to survey the area even further, careful not to be noticed by the rocket grunts, as there were too many in numbers and Ash would have a really difficult time fending all of them off at once. And who knows, maybe there would be some higher ranking official with much higher leveled Pokemon than his current party. So Ash hid behind some rocks and started to survey the whole area. Then he heard some huge explosions going about somewhere far away. He climbed one of the caves and saw that Silver was out there in the open battling a large number of rocket grunts. He had a Zubat and a Ghastly alongside his Totodile, and from what it looked like, he was pushing back a large number of rocket grunts and their Pokemon. Ash thought that this would be a perfect distraction to sneak in one of those caves to see what this was all about. As he saw the top of the caves, he figured out that all of the caves were actually interconnected. So this would give him perfect stealth to look around the area and find exactly what Team Rocket was looking for here. He snuck into one of those caves and found that it was actually a ruin, which seemed like an old temple. As he walked around the abandoned ruin, he felt someone walking behind him. As both him and Larvitar looked behind them, there was nothing. A small hole in the ground. Ash was suspicious as to what it was, but before he could look down in the hole, a, s- a swarm of unknown Pokemon started to attack him. He scanned his Pokédex to find out that these Pokemon were known as Unknown, and they preferred to live in ancient caves. No one knew what their origin was, but all he knew was they were psychic types. Ash Ash sends out Larvitar to battle them out, and although Larvitar is able to take out a couple of them, they keep coming and coming. So he sends out both Latias and Nidoran to assist Larvitar, and although they were able to take out the first horde fairly easily, a second horde started to come from the cracks of the cave, and this seemed like an endless array of Pokemon were attacking them all at once. And despite their best effort, it looked like they were about to be overwhelmed. Just then, a Sudowoodo came in out of nowhere and with a powerful rock slide attack cleared the Yunon and chased them away. Ash was surprised as to who would follow him inside this ruin, but to his relief it was not a Team Rocket friend. Instead it was his friend Ethan. Ethan told Ash that he just arrived in Violet City to challenge the gym, but he saw Ash chasing after Team Rocket, so he decided that it would be a good idea to follow Ash as he would might need some help here, and from the looks of it, he was right. Ash thanks him and asks him where did he catch that Sudowoodo. Ethan tells him that actually he caught it while on his way to the ruins, as Sudowoodo looked like a really powerful Pokemon, and this just confirms it. Ash congratulates him on his new party and asks where they should go next. Ethan tells that whatever Team Rocket is looking for must be in the center of the ruins, and that means they have to travel travel really deep into them. It would be best if they stuck together for now. As they both started to exploring the ruins, they once again felt someone following them. This time, as Ash looked back, an unknown Pokemon jumped up and bit his head, not letting go. Ethan was surprised to see that this was a Gible, as he had studied about them in a book. They were Pokemon native to the Sinnoh region, and he was surprised as to what a Gible was doing in the Johto region. Ash tried to shake it off, but it just wouldn't let go, and Larvitar had to chase it away. It soon disappeared into one of those holes it has dug, and Ash theorized that this Gible had been living in the ruins of Alps for a long time. Maybe it had a nest here, and Ethan tells Ash that it is entirely possible, as the ruins of Alf have been in the Johto region forever. He tells Ash that these ruins are too big, and they should scrap the idea of sticking together and maybe should go separate routes to look for clues. Ash thinks that it is a great idea, as he and Larvitar take the left side and Ethan goes to the right side. Ash soon arrives at the center of the ruins, and there he sees a weird artifact on the wall. It looks like a mysterious Pokemon, the likes of which he has never seen before. But upon further inquiry, he comes to find that this Pokemon looks a lot like Latias, and he sends out Latias to examine it. After noticing it for a while, Latias starts to cry and tear up, and Ash immediately confronts it and asks as to what it is. Due to being a dragon tamer himself and Latias being a dragon type, Ash is able to somewhat understand that this Pokemon must be related to Latias somehow. But before he could inquire any further, he is interrupted by someone, and this time it is not a friend, but a dangerous foe. He is a rocket grunt, but he introduces himself as Photon, and he tells Ash that he's not a grunt but an admin, and he thanks Ash for clearing the way of the unknown Pokemon and leading him straight to where he needs to be. And he also thanks Ash for bringing him the Latias that was originally stolen from Team Rocket. He sends out a Magneton and demands that Ash hands over the Latias immediately, and that way he can go get out of here unscathed. Ash, however, declines this and decides to battle the Magneton. However, neither Larvitar nor Latias can do anything to the powerful Steel type, as all of their attacks are resisted. Ash thinks of sending out Nidoran, but once again he thinks that the poison type attacks won't do anything on Magneton, and it's better not to send it out and keep it as a reserve. Just when all hope seems lost, the same Gibble he encountered earlier once again dives out of the hole and latches onto his head. Ash tells it that it is no time to play and points to the Magneton, saying that they need to get out of here right now. Gibble, surprisingly, jumps ahead of Ash, Larvitar, and Latias and offers to battle the Magneton to clear their way. Ash is surprised and asks Gibble if he really wants to do that. Upon further confirmation from Gibble, the battle begins. Magneton's electric type attacks don't do nothing against Gibble, and when Magneton tries for a try attack, Gibble immediately dives underground. This ruins favor Gibble a lot, as it has basically lived all his life here, and a powerful dig attack takes Magneton out, forcing Photon to retreat as he did not have any more Pokemon on hand. Ash thanks Gibble and asks him if he would like to accompany him on his journey. Gibble gladly accepts, and Ash catches him, making it his fourth overall capture in the Johto region. Just then Ethan comes running in and says that he had cleared up all of the grunts, and from the looks of it, Silver had taken care of the entire Rocket team outside, and that and that means this mission was successful. They should get out of here as soon as possible, or the Union will attack them once again. Ash agrees to this and they both part ways. Ethan going back to Violet City to challenge for the gym, and Ash sets off for Union Cave. Upon entering the cave, Ash tries to locate the route to Azalea Town. However, things take a turn for the worse as he stumbles upon the lair of an onyx. The rock type is not happy at all to see Ash there, and the red outfit Ash is wearing further infuriates the rock snake Pokemon, and it decides to attack Ash. Seeing that Larvitar and Latias were both tired from battling, and it would not be a great idea to send in Gible as it has just battled the Magneton, Ash sends out his Nidoran to battle the Onix. And just as he expected, Onix is proving too much for Nidoran, and it looks like they have to retreat, or possibly give the Onix some food to lure it away. However, Nidoran is against the idea of retreating, as Ash's personality has definitely rubbed off on it, and in a determination to defeat the Onix, Nidoran evolves into Nidorino. This covers the power advantage and a powerful double kick puts Onix down. Onix is not out, but it is tired enough for Ash to throw a Pokeball and catch it, making it his fifth Pokemon overall, excluding the. After this, the the path through the Union Cave is fairly simple, and is able to reach Azalea Town sooner than he would ordinarily have, as he found a shortcut. Upon reaching Azalea Town, he immediately heals up his Pokemon at the Pokemon Center and decides to challenge the gym right away. He meets the gym leader Bugsy and challenges him to a battle. Bugsy gladly accepts this and tells Ash that this would be a 3-on-3 battle, with only the challenger being allowed to switch Pokemon. The battle begins, and Bugsy sends out his first Pokemon, Spinarak, and Ash goes with his newly caught Onix. And this is a complete mismatch, as when Spinarak tries to bind Onix with a string shot, Onix easily breaks through it and connects with a rock throw. This immediately takes Spinarak out, giving Ash an easy and early lead. However, Bugsy's next Pokemon, Ariados, seems to be too much for Onix, as Onix is relatively inexperienced at this point. Ariados' string shot is able to bind Onix in place, and Bugsy follows this up by ordering Ariados to use quadruple effective move, Giga Drain. Giga Drain completely saps Onix's energy and scores an easy win this time for Bugsy. Ash sends out his newly evolved Nidorino, and this is an even battle. They both trade poison stings, and when Ariados tries to bind Nidorino in its strings, Nidorino is able to cut through the strings using its horn. They both collide in the middle of the field, both being evenly matched. Ariados once again tries to connect with a poison sting, but Nidorino charges through it with a peck attack. The super effective attack immediately takes Ariados out, giving Ash the lead once again. Bugsy's last Pokemon is his Scyther. This is where the tide of the battle turns one more time. As Nidorino tries to connect with a peck attack, Scyther flies upwards, and then it uses Sword Stance. This boosts its physical attack, and this is immediately proven as Scyther strikes with an X-Scissor. Despite being not very effective on the poison type, it takes Nidorino out, proving Ash that Scyther is not a Pokemon to be messed with. Ash's last Pokemon is his trusty Larvitar, and Larvitar has a difficult time dealing with the speed and the enhanced attack of Scyther. However, due to its small size, it is able to hide behind the trees and attack from behind. A sneak rock throw by Larvitar is immediately cut down by Scyther using X-Scissor, and this is where Ash realizes that he cannot win this battle on type matchups alone. He thinks about forfeiting the battle, but then he realizes that nothing good come out of it, as he cannot use Latias, and Gible is too inexperienced to battle a Pokemon like Scyther. So this first chance is his best chance after all. So he decides to use the battlefield against Bugsy himself. He notices a lot of cobwebs lying around and thinks that this is his best shot and at connecting a direct hit from Scyther on Scyther and slowing it down. He orders Larvitar to use rock throw on the strings, and this causes the rocks to bounce off in awkward angles, difficult for Scyther to predict. And Scyther is immediately hit by the rocks and brought down. Ash follows this up by ordering Larvitar to jump on one of those strings, and this acts as a trampoline as Larvitar is sent upwards and is able to connect with a tackle attack on Scyther. Scyther shakes Larvitar off and connects with an X-Scissor. However, Larvitar is able to hold on, barely. Scyther once again tries to retreat and connect with another attack. However, Larvitar is ready for this. He correctly intercepts Scyther's movement and dodges by hiding behind the trees. When Scyther starts to cut down the trees, this gives Larvitar a chance to connect with Scyther with a powerful rock throw attack. As being a bug and flying type, this attack is too much for Scyther to handle, and he is knocked out, giving Ash the victory and his second gym badge, the Hive badge. Bugsy congratulates Ash on using the battlefield against him and says that for a trainer as young as Ash, he sure has a lot of experience, and asks Ash what is the secret of his battling style and adaptability. Ash tells Bugsy that he and Larvitar both were deemed to be failures, but one thing that he always keeps as a life lesson is that either you win or you learn. They both shake hands, and Ash promises to battle Bugsy once again, just like he did with Faulkner. And with that, this will bring an end to this part. This was a really fun one to record, as I got to give Ash some new Pokemon. And if you want Ash to catch any Pokemon, or you want this story to go in a particular direction, always feel to join the Discord and suggest me there, as it's kind of difficult to read YouTube comments, as sometimes YouTube ends up deleting the comments for no reason at all. So if I'm not replying to your comments, this means that I can't actually see them. And yeah, that will be it. Stay safe, guys, and God bless.